Hi there, and welcome to Keeping Up with Jones, the somewhat bi-weekly show about what's going on with me, what's happening with the band, and basically anything else that we want it to be about. I'm Jones, you're you. Let's get started. It's been exactly 100 days since I started my 100-day project to become an online video creator. And really, this episode is about me telling you how it went and what I learned from it, basically. And because one thing that I've learned, this is an extra, but one thing that I learned is I'm terrible at making intros for videos. So this is what you're gonna get. This is it. Now we're just gonna go straight into the things that I have on my mind, and that I kind of, when I thought about it, at the end, I felt like these were the most important things that I'm kind of taking with me as I move on to the next phase of my journey. Okay, so I made notes. I always make notes, and I think just like writing things down on a piece of paper is really, it's satisfying, but it also connects me with, it kind of connects me with the thing that I'm trying to talk about or reflect about when I'm having to record it. Okay. The first thing that comes to mind is 100 days is a very short time to learn anything, or I think in this case, because it wasn't just about learning, it was also about producing content. 100 days is a very short time. I feel like I was kind of shocked when I realized that the 100 days had kind of passed already. And I was like, wait, I've only got like 4 videos online. Like, what happened? I was supposed to be a creator. But yeah, I learned that it's a really short time. And at the same time, I think when I gathered my thoughts about it, and I decided not to be disappointed, but rather to learn about it. Of course, there's a ton of things that I kind of didn't do that I thought in the beginning, or when I was getting started, I thought that I probably would do. First thing is, of course, the amount of videos. Like, somehow I thought I would, actually be able to make a bi-weekly video, which is a good thing. I always promote optimism. I think it's always a good thing to be optimistic and fail, as long as you're not cynical, as long as you take the failure as a lesson. So what I'm trying to get at with this rambling is that this time seemed to go by so much faster than I anticipated, and I really did get a lot less done in the time that I was kind of fantasizing, but also that I'm really okay with it, because I think my main goals were fulfilled. Because the other thing that I kind of did achieve, and that I'm like taking with me, is that I am now able to let go of the perfect start. And this was the whole meaning and the whole purpose of my 100-day project was just that I don't need the perfect performance, that I don't need the perfect start for this series of videos, for whatever I want to build this channel into, to have it be useful, have it be valid, have it be a good and fun little project that I can do, and to teach myself to communicate. And the pursuit of the perfect start for me, and I think a lot of people, is what kept me from starting it. And now I feel I feel free to continue now that I'm getting these videos out of the way, so to speak. Not that I don't appreciate them, but I'm not where I want to be, and I didn't accomplish everything that I wanted. But I also don't need the perfect start anymore, because now I have my start. I have my beginning. These videos are the beginning, and it's up to me just to keep going and take it to where I will end up. Now, one of the things that I achieved that I really didn't anticipate, and that's perhaps the greatest gift, is that by starting this process and kind of accepting to learn to accept the imperfect start and just doing it. That's always the advice people give you, just doing it. And finally getting into that groove and at least getting closer to that mindset of not caring so damn much about every single little thing, I got inspired about my music again. And this is something that I haven't talked about that much, and I will elaborate on later videos if people find it interesting. But for the past years, I've been kind of struggling with everything, not just the videos, but also the music part of my creative process. And this, in some strange way, getting over this hump has opened my mind up to me getting over my indecision, if you will, with my music and how it should sound. And somehow I think I've reached this state of mind where I am less concerned of the legacy and more concerned of not that much producing content art or producing art as a commodity, but just kind of getting into not caring so much. And I think it might sound stupid or it might sound counterintuitive with, well, you want to care about your art, but we care about it too much sometimes. And we care about the small things too much. One of the things that I've always been struggling is the fact that I'm not a person who is interested or passionate about one single thing. And I know this is a thing where I'm not sure about this yet, because I hear and I feel that the advice is valid when people say that you should pick a lane, you should pick something and really dive into that and have that, do one thing very well. I understand it. I fear for me it is kind of impossible, and I guess the people who advise it, maybe they don't mean it in a way that it's like, maybe they don't mean that they should be doing just one thing and nothing else. But for me, anyways, the battle has always been, okay, what am I? Am I an animator, a filmmaker? Am I just a content creator? Am I a musician? Because I am all of those things. And my dream has always been to be able to form a coherent one whole of all of these things, because I know it can work. Of course it can. It's already being done by a lot of people online and YouTube and wherever. But it's something that I need to, and I've kind of needed to make peace with, and I feel like I'm getting closer, and by this project I have been able to get closer of being more satisfied of the fact that I'm not just a musician, for example. This is not about just making music, just making songs and releasing them. No, that is not my passion solely. So I have now embraced it. I have embraced that I will never be a person who is solely interested in one thing. And instead of that, I'm going to do these couple of different things, and I'm going to find the way without guilt to make it happen, to have it be something. It's very frustrating and difficult for me to talk about because that hasn't formed in my mind yet. I don't know that answer yet. So, but anyways, that I am making my peace with it. I am accepting it, and I'm kind of forgiving myself for it. Because it is a thing that has been a source of guilt for me. Like, I have these kids that I love equally, but now I should choose one of them. And I know I would be more effective if I had just one thing. I know it. And it's also a part of the frustration. But what can you do? I can't help it. So I'm just embracing it and I'm making my peace with it. Overall, I feel liberated. I feel excited again. I feel like, although I didn't like externally, I know this wasn't a project where people, for example, on Instagram would have been that, like, I know it might seem like this project never even really happened because I didn't share stories on Instagram. I didn't share it on TikTok. I didn't share it on YouTube that much. Like, there was very little communication from my part. I feel like that was a really good choice. And it was a choice by me, not making it a social media project, but rather making it an internal process where I had the framework of accountability, but I didn't feel external guilt or external pressure to make every single thing happen that I was fantasizing about. And now I'm left with a couple of videos. I'm left with an evolving formula and evolving kind of skill for myself to make these videos. And I am very much liberated by them. I'm excited to make my next video. I'm excited to make this video. And I'm not there completely. I'm not free of all the anxiety. I'm not free of thinking about myself on this video and how I will come across. I'm not beyond judging myself. But I've taken a lot of big steps towards that. Whereas before I was completely petrified and I was completely unable to do anything. Now I am able to do this. It still takes trial and error. For example, it for me to make this video, it took a couple of tries. This is actually the second one. But I'm doing it, and I feel better making this video than I felt making the last video. I feel a lot better making this video than I felt making the first video. So these are my kind of disjointed thoughts on how did it go? How did the 100-day project go? I think it went well. And right now I'm kind of trying to decide whether I had this idea that I would actually go straight away to the next 100-day project. But I think I'm just gonna write down a couple of goals for myself. And this, I still have to formulate this idea. I want to have a framework of goals like I had with the 100-day project, but maybe have one specific goal or a couple very specific goals and not take pressure in whatever things that I might think that it would entail, because I probably will imagine a lot of things that in my mind seems legit, in my mind seems like it should entail, but really it doesn't need to. I have a couple of ideas. Maybe I'll talk about them on the next video. Maybe I'll just keep them on the down low, write them down and just continue my videos. But we didn't die during this 100-day project. I think that's something that I deserve applause for. I'm giving myself a little applause there. I'm still going strong. I'm still getting better at this. This felt good. I felt really good about making this video. I hope it was good for you. So, with that, I think you're up to date with whatever is going on right now. I will be back very shortly. In the meantime, if there's anything else, leave your comments, your questions, and your solicitations on any of the social media platforms that you find this video or my presence at, because let's face it, there's no point in me trying to tell you where to comment. You'll do it wherever you want to. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until the next time, find your way, tell your story, and let's do it together. I'll talk to you later.